titled book, Oye Hoye, it takes us back into, the memory lane and hits us hard with nostalgia. So considering that the values then and now, like your book is set in 80s and 90s, and now the values have, drastically changed. So how do you communicate the narrative of empowerment through your story to the readers of today and, showcase the world that you have lived and grown up with?
So, thank you so much for that pertinent question, Kajal. And it's a pleasure and honor to be amongst such empowered and empowering ladies, if I can say that, both the ways. So first you get empowered, then you empower the world. So yes, that's a very pertinent question, Kajal. So this book of mine, first of all, why is it titled Oye Hoye? Oye Hoye is a very common colloquial phrase, so which I have been using all my life. Now I'm pushing 50. So whenever I have to exhibit exuberance, that's the way I do it unknowingly, naturally. I exclaim, Oye Hoye, ye sahi tha, ye badhiya tha. So hence the title. So I thought the highest phrase of my life should be on the cover. And then, of course, if you see the cover, what comes to your mind, friends, if you see the cover? What comes to your mind?
First thing that comes to my mind when I look at this cover is the 90s music.
The music. So it's the music, it's the audio cassette, Kishore and Rafi songs as a pencil, because the reels coming out,
yes,
which it used to get stuck in the head, right? The tape recorder's head and our head, and you need a pencil to wind it up. And then if you see the reel, अभी आजकल के बच्चे इंस्टा और फेसबुक की रील्स में अपना दिल ढूंढते हैं, यहाँ पे हमने इसमें ही दिल बना दिया. So if that can be commonality, a junction. So you rightly asked, so have the values changed? So the values, I feel, remain the same. They are like the pillars. They are the pillars of this building. They will not change. You might change the inside. Last week it was Auto Expo here. Right now it's World Book Fair. Next week it will be some other fair. So the pillars, the structures will not change. They are the values. But then they can get weak, right? So you need effort. 80s, this building, this Pragati Maidan came up perhaps in 70s. I remember watching during my childhood in the movie Trishul. The shooting of the climax happened in Pragati Maidan. But the building is very different. So they have changed the entire building. So they have invested in the building, in the foundation. Likewise for values. Values were different then, they are different now. Only if you have stopped investing in the values. So every household, every home has to invest. And connecting to nostalgia can be a way. जैसे आजकल के बच्चे कहते हैं, अरे मम्मी पापा की बात क्या सुननी है, उनका ज़माना अलग था, हमारा ज़माना अलग है. But for the kids who are reading, like this book is there at Worldly Wise Publishers, a lot of kids get attracted and they say, Mummy Papa ke time kaise hota tha? We would love to know that. So there can be a common bridge, a commonality between them and their parents. That can be a starting point, a common ground for conversation. आजकल बातें क्या होती हैं? बच्चों के घर कमरों के बाहर लिखा होता है stay out, keep away. Moment you open the door, you are infringing my privacy. So that is the way you have to build bridges. So having a common ground can be nostalgia. The parents get nostalgic about their childhood and their college life, hostel life, the ragging days. अभी तो ban हो गई. Ban तब भी थी, तो फिर भी होती थी. There were no cameras to capture it.
I know.
So this can be a common ground. And once you start talking, all the conflicts get resolved only when you start talking on a common ground. So nostalgia can be one. You explore common ground. You say, hey, you have Insta. We used to have the Kodak ka camera. You have email. We used to have that letter, red color ka post box with the next clearance time hand painted jetting out of its window. And at times people's hand used to get stuck in that, that letter window. So and so forth. So that's about connecting to your past with your present for a win-win and a beautiful future. That's how I look at it.